What if I told you the richest oil baron in Africa doesn't live in the spotlight, but in the shadows of private jets, billion-dollar oil fields, and palatial compounds so secret, even satellite images are blurred? You've never seen his face on the cover of Forbes. You've never heard his name shouted in headlines, but his influence stretches from the streets of Lagos to the boardrooms of London, and from Dubai's gold markets to Washington's back rooms. Today, we're unlocking the golden gates of Africa's richest oil empire, a world hidden behind legal trusts, diamond-encrusted handshakes, and oil deals inked in private jet lounges. A world where wealth isn't just about numbers, it's about invisibility. This isn't just a story about oil, it's about power. The kind of power that rewrites laws, bends borders, and buys silence. So lean in, because what you're about to hear isn't a documentary, it's a confession from the gilded shadows. In a quiet villa perched above the Atlantic, protected by 24-hour armed security, biometric gates, and a moat disguised as a koi pond, lives a man whose fortune eclipses some nations. He was born not in royalty, but obscurity. A dusty village in Nigeria, a father who worked the land, a mother who sold fabrics in the market. But by 19, he had a plan, and a list of people to meet. By 30, he had secured his first oil block, through a strategic partnership that no journalist has ever fully explained. By 40, he owned 12 rigs, 14 companies, and controlled one of West Africa's most profitable offshore fields. But the true story isn't on paper, it's in the trail of influence. Let's follow the money. His companies are headquartered in Lagos, but registered in Luxembourg, managed by private equity firms in London, protected by legal firms in Geneva, and when oil is extracted, it's shipped to Singapore, sold under a different name, and profits returned through Dubai. It's not laundering, it's engineering. One of his oil trading firms, according to leaked files, grossed over $2.8 billion in a single fiscal year. But you won't find that on any stock exchange. It's private and protected. Now let's talk real estate. In Abuja, he owns a residence so large it has a separate mansion for staff. Rumor has it that underground garage stores over 50 luxury vehicles, including a bulletproof Rolls-Royce Phantom, a gold-plated Mercedes Maybach, and a rare Bugatti La Voiture Noire, one of only 10 in the world. But that's just his Nigerian base. His London estate is even more secretive. Nestled in Kensington's Billionaires' Row, it's wrapped in ivy and surveillance. Inside, marble flown in from Carrara, artwork from Basquiat, Hearst, and an unverified Da Vinci sketch said to be worth $90 million. A dining table carved from petrified wood, a safe room with independent air filtration. And his favorite room? A library, where every book is first edition, every title encrypted in a private cataloging system, and some pages marked in invisible ink. Security isn't a precaution, it's a lifestyle. Ex-Israeli special forces trained his staff. Drones patrol above. Walls aren't just thick, they're fiber-layered, built to withstand siege. But power doesn't just hide behind walls, it moves. Let's look at the fleet. His private jet, a custom Boeing 787 Dreamliner, range 9,000 miles. Interior, hand-stitched Italian leather, gold-plated hardware, a full spa, and a media room with quantum-encrypted communication lines. The tail number is registered to a shell company based in Malta. Flight plans are filed under random charters. Even the pilot's contracts include lifetime NDAs. The yacht? Oh, the yacht. It's 390 feet of floating empire. Built in the Netherlands, designed in Monaco, staffed by a crew of 60, including a Michelin-starred chef, an in-house therapist, and a former Mossad-trained head of security. It docks in secretive Mediterranean ports. Never the same place twice. Onboard meetings are attended by energy ministers, oil execs, and retired diplomats who now consult for billions. And the guest list? Redacted. His guests arrive by helicopter, leave by tender. And what happens in the mirrored ballroom under the antique crystal chandeliers doesn't make it into any press release. This isn't just wealth, this is state-level choreography. But the most powerful part of his empire, you'll never see it. It's not the rigs, not the jets, not even the bank accounts. It's the network. He has influence in parliaments, inside energy ministries, on the boards of multinational corporations. He funds election campaigns discreetly, sponsors development projects strategically, hosts closed-door retreats where policy meets profit, and every move is protected by a team of over 40 lawyers, bankers, lobbyists, crisis consultants, former intelligence operatives. Their job isn't just to manage his image, it's to erase it. In 2017, a European watchdog group flagged irregularities in oil shipments traced to one of his companies. Within days, the report disappeared, the office closed. The whistleblower was offered a 7-figure NDA. He doesn't threaten, he neutralizes. Even journalists tread lightly. One investigative reporter who tried to map his offshore holdings went missing in Dubai for 3 days. When he returned, the story was dropped. No explanation, no record. And yet, he's never been indicted, never been arrested, never even been officially accused. Why? Because technically, everything is legal. When you control the contracts, write the clauses, and sit on the oversight committee, you don't need to break laws, you build them around you. But where does all this lead? To legacy. He's funding a university in Ghana, rumored to be the future training ground for Africa's next generation of technocrats. He's building hospitals in Angola, not publicized, but equipped with experimental tech from Silicon Valley. He owns shares in African fintech startups, Chinese lithium mines, and French aerospace ventures. He's quietly positioning his empire not just in oil, but in the next century's most valuable resources. And while the world sees poverty in parts of Africa, he sees opportunity, not exploitative, strategic. He's built water pipelines, paid off power debts, constructed roadways. Not because it's charity, but because infrastructure is leverage. Control the grid, and you control the switch. There's one story, a whispered legend really, that on the night of a government transition in a West African nation, he hosted both the outgoing and incoming leaders on his yacht. Same night, same table, same wine. And as they toasted, a new pipeline deal was signed. Some call it genius, others call it monopoly, but one thing's certain, it's working. His net worth is conservatively estimated at $18 billion, but insiders say it's closer to $40 billion when you include hidden assets, offshore holdings, and unreleased equity in his subsidiaries. That would make him not just Africa's richest oil baron, but one of the most powerful private individuals in the world. And yet, you've never heard his voice. No TED Talks, no public speeches, no political comments, just presence, just gravity. His children, educated in Switzerland, fluent in 5 languages, raised by private tutors and ex-diplomats, trained not to inherit wealth, but to manage influence. His wife, rarely seen, runs a charitable foundation that handles over $100 million in global aid annually. Also manages private art collections, restoration projects, and anonymous donations to endangered wildlife preserves. They vacation not in Monaco or the Maldives, but in private reserves, on jets with no logos, to estates with no addresses. And the staff? Each one vetted for loyalty. Some stay for years, others disappear. Turnover isn't common, but secrecy is absolute. What's fascinating isn't just the money, it's the methodology. He doesn't just build empires, he builds systems. Systems of ownership, influence, protection, reinvestment. Everything loops, everything cycles, everything has redundancy. If one country collapses, another takes its place. If one firm is exposed, another absorbs its contracts. If one account is frozen, 10 others remain untouched. It's not luck, it's architecture, and that's what makes him different. While others flaunt, he fortifies. While others broadcast, he vanishes. While others burn bright, he casts shadows. So now you know, or at least, now you've been told. Africa's richest oil baron isn't a ghost, he's a strategist. His empire doesn't exist on Instagram, it exists in contracts, in clauses, in codes. His power isn't measured in dollars, but in decisions. And his story, well, it's only been whispered, until now. If this journey through the hidden empire of Africa's richest oil baron left you stunned, hit that like button and share this video with someone who still thinks wealth is just about money. Subscribe to Opulent Odyssey for weekly deep dives into the world's most powerful and secretive lives, where money whispers and influence rules. Comment below. If you had billions hidden behind oil, jets, and diplomacy, would you stay silent like him, or rule loudly? Until next time. Keep your eyes open, because luxury, Luxury always comes with a secret, and yours is waiting for you in a link. Head to the description and start your path to financial freedom today.